was a... Gotta get jinx, sorry. Once there was a way to get back homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby.
Golden slumbers fill your eyes. Smiles await you when you rise. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby.
Just trying to help her sleep. Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. Breathe in, breathe out. Welcome to the final review and ranking in my Beatles series, and I really truly appreciate all of you that left comments. And oh, one other thing is, and here it is, Abbey Road, in case you've never seen the cover before. One other thing though, before I forget, is in my community on my front page, for every album that I've done in this discography, I've asked you, the viewers, to vote between excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. And so I think at the end of this video, I'll put them all in order, starting with Please Please Me. And, you know, just pause if you want to read it and then go on to the next one. And I don't know how you could, you know, calculate which one would be on top from all of my viewers. Maybe using excellent as the highest number, would that be the way to go? Or I don't know. I'm not a calculator kind of a guy. So here it is, Abbey Road, the final album, although Let It Be was released after Abbey Road. I bet you didn't know that. This might be a little longer video than usual, so I hope most of you stay tuned for it all because it's going to be so exciting. Abbey Road is the 11th studio album by the English rock band The Beatles, released in September of 1969. Named after the location of EMI Studios in London, the cover features the group walking across the street's zebra crossing, an image that became one of the most famous and imitated in popular music. The album's initially mixed reviews were contrasted by its immediate commercial success, topping record charts in the UK and US. Can you imagine, seriously, at that time, you know, the critics mixed reviews of Abbey Road. Where am I here? Topping record charts in the UK and US. The lead single, Something / Come Together, was released in October and topped the US charts. The album incorporates genres such as blues, rock, and pop, and makes prominent use of Moog synthesizer, sounds filtered through a Leslie speaker and tom-tom drums. It is the Beatles' only album recorded exclusively through a solid-state transistor mixing desk, which afforded a clearer and brighter sound than the group's previous records. Side 2 contains a medley of shorter song fragments. The sessions also produced a non-album single, The Ballad of John and Yoko, backed with Old Brown Shoe. One more paragraph. Producer George Martin returned on the condition that the Beatles adhere to the discipline of their earlier records. Paul, you go over there and play the bass right now, like that. They found the album's recording more enjoyable than the preceding Get Back sessions, but personal issues still permitted the band. Production lasted from February to August 1969, and the closing track, The End, marked the final occasion that all 4 members recorded together. John Lennon privately left the group 6 days before the album's release. Paul McCartney publicly declared the band's breakup the following April. So like I said, I'm going to take a bit more time with this video because this is a pretty good album. The album cover Talk about iconic, whatever iconic means. But that is an A+. I love the fact, I've got, a poster of the Abbey Road album cover here, as you can kind of see there. And it just bugs me that they have to put the Beatles logo on the picture, right? It's like, yeah, I think most people... Hello. Most people would know it's the friggin' Beatles. Why don't they just put the friggin' Beatles on that poster? Get me mad. My 3 favorite songs. Oh my gosh, this was hard to do. But I've and I know a lot of you would choose Come Together and Something, and Here Comes the Sun. But you know what? Even though I love all of those songs, I love them. Those aren't my picks for my 3 favorites. My picks are I Want You, She's So Heavy, Oh Darling, and even though, some people will say, well, that's not a full song and all that, it is a song. It's just, whatever. There's 17 songs on this album. Don't get me mad. Golden Slumbers, which you heard at the beginning of this video. Thank you. My least favorite song, I don't have a least favorite, but, I used to sometimes say none, but people want me to choose one. So if I was going to rank all the songs, I think probably Carry That Weight would be my least favorite, but I still love it. Yes, I remember when this album came out. I cried for days. And then I played it. Come Together is just awesome, and I believe I read recently that it's one of Ringo's favorite Beatles song, if not his favorite. Just good memories from that session. And Paul slowing it down, making it more swampy, with the bass and the drums and everything, and excellent. Something is, of course, a classic with a really classy George Harrison vocal and guitar solo. Although Paul McCartney's bass is a little bit busy on the track. Beatles joke there. Maxwell's Silver Hammer, I understand some people find it annoying or stupid or whatever, but I love the fact that the music and even the way he's singing is kind of upbeat and almost happy, and then the lyrics are about banging somebody over the head with a silver hammer. That would hurt. I've always loved the song. Oh Darling, yes, it's one of my 3 favorites. One of Paul McCartney's one of the greatest vocals ever. Not just for Paul McCartney, but it's right up there with Paul's performances, his vocals for The Backseat of My Car and Monkberry Moon Delight in his solo career, and not so many, but it's absolutely right up there. Octopus's Garden is just, along with a little help from my friends, it's one of Ringo's greats. He does a superb job, and he wrote the song. I know he got some help with it, but it's his song. And then I Want You, She's So Heavy is just, I think it would be number 1 in my rankings, at least today. And I never, ever, ever get tired. I never get tired of hearing Abbey Road, but especially I Want You, She's So Heavy. Here Comes the Sun. I know why it's some people's favorite. I can't blame them. Because it's beautiful. You Never Give Me Your Money, Sun King, Me, Mr. Mustard. Short songs, little snippets of songs all strung together. And, if you want to call the Beatles medley on side 2 one song, combining all those songs, then I guess it would be number 1 in the rankings. Because it is so good. And the end with those guitar solos. And let me tell you the story about Her Majesty. I think most of you have heard this story, but you know, I always get new viewers, and sometimes I get nude viewers, and that's just weird. So when this album came out, you can skip ahead a couple minutes if you've heard this story. When it came out, on vinyl of course, my dad had this stereo cabinet with a reel-to-reel, a radio, and a turntable. I put Abbey Road on the turntable, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and I loved it. I flipped, and you know, I Want You, She's So Heavy, that was like, when it ended abruptly, it's like, that was quite a shock. But that wasn't the biggest shock. I flip over the vinyl, and I play that side too for the first time, and I love it. I love it. And I was 58, 68. I was 11 years old. And it came to the final track, which is, on the vinyl, was The End. It didn't mention Her Majesty at all. And so The End ended, and I'm watching the vinyl spin, and I had an automatic changer, is that what it's called? Where the needle goes up and goes back over. But it's not doing that. It just keeps spinning and spinning, and there's no sound. So, I turned up the volume. I turned up the friggin' volume all the way up. And then Her Majesty hit me like a ton of bricks. And that's when I had my first heart attack. I told the story before, whenever, a year ago or 2 years ago, and somebody actually commented, "Did you really have a heart attack?" It's like, yeah, I really had a heart attack at the tender age of 11. Where am I now? I'm getting mad. So it's time to give this a rating. It is an A plus. Now this is the tricky part. Is it number 1? Or is it number 2? I don't know. Because, which is on this album. Because in the last couple of years, I used to think, well, Abbey Road's my favorite album of all time. And then, when the deluxe box set of the White Album came out, and I got back into that, not that I was never not into it, but just a new appreciation for certain songs like Dear Blues, I thought, and it's a double album, there's more Beatles songs. I thought, you know, I think that's my favorite album of all time. Number 1 is Abbey Road. That's right. I just, you know, figured, even though the Beatles' White Album is a double album, there's, you know, highs, and for some people there's lows, like Revolution Number 9 and Wild Honey Pie, which aren't low to me, but I mean, they're not as up there, they're not as high quality entertainment as, you know, While My Guitar Gently Weeps and other songs, but they're still great to me. But this one, this friggin' album, is just great from start to finish. It's all just ultimate Beatles at their best for me. So that is why I've placed it at number 1. And that ends the series. But I did want to talk just for a minute about Past Masters, which I know some of you had wanted me to include in the series. But it's, you know, it's just all of their A-sides and B-sides and whatnot. And so it wouldn't really be fair, because I don't want to get into it now. But I mean, Past Masters, Disc 1, the original Love Me Do, just great songs. For Me to You, Thank You Girl, She Loves You, I'll Get You. I'll Get You, when I was younger, I used to hate that song, but of course I don't now. I Want to Hold Your Hand, This Boy, the German version of I Want to Hold Your Hand and She Loves You. Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, Slow Down, Matchbox, I Feel Fine, She's a Woman, Bad Boy, Yes It Is and I'm Down. Just all great. But it's disc 2 that I absolutely love. Day Tripper, We Can Work It Out, Paperback Writer, Rain, Lady Madonna, The Inner Light, Hey Jude, Revolution, You're Standing on My Foot. No, just joking. Get Back with Billy Preston, Don't Let Me Down with Billy Preston, The Ballad of John and Yoko, Old Brown Shoe, one of my favorites, Across the Universe, Let It Be, and You Know My Name, Look Up the Number, which I absolutely love. So this would be highly ranked if I included it in the series. And that's it. I'm done now. And next up, I'm going to rank and review all 4 of the Velvet Underground albums, not including Squeeze, because Squeeze is basically a Doug Yule solo album. The other members of the Velvet Underground were long gone, including somebody named Lou Reed. So thanks for watching, I really appreciate it, and please leave a comment below. I forgot to do that. And here is, coming up, what you guys ranked in my community for each of the albums, and I thank you for doing that. And I would take them down after at least 500 votes, but some of them have 600, 700 votes. But all of these have at least 500 votes each to kind of make it fair. So thank you.